Well, I'm real happy to bring on today's guest. Todd Davis is the author of Franklin Covey's newest book, Get Better: 15 Proven Practices to Build Effective Relationships at Work. He's also a co-author of Talent Unleashed: 3 Leadership Conversations to Ignite the Unlimited Potential in People. He has over 30 years of experience in human resources, talent development, executive recruiting, sales, and marketing. Todd has been with Franklin Covey for over 20 years, and in his current role, he is responsible for global talent development in over 40 offices reaching 160 countries. He has delivered many keynote addresses and speeches at leading business, industry, and association conferences. As a respected global thought leader and expert, Todd has been interviewed by numerous media outlets, including Fast Company, Harvard Business Review, Thrive Global, and Monster. I could go on and on about this amazing gentleman, but with that, welcome Todd to the ExecuNet stage. They are all yours.
Thank you so much, Tony. And as you were reading all that, I was just thinking, boy, what everybody should do is have some marketing team write up a bunch of nice stuff about themselves and then have somebody read it to hundreds of people, because it makes you feel really great. So I appreciate that wonderful introduction, and I appreciate being here and having all of you join. I've encountered some that say, okay, relationships, that's nice. I mean, it's nice to have good relationships. That's an additional bonus, but I've got real work to get done. I've got, a quarter to close, or this project to finish, or these goals to achieve. And we're going to spend time on relationships. Well, again, I just want to remind us that we get our results through others. So absolutely, our focus on relationships, your focus on relationships, is foundational to every one of the very important goals that we're all trying to achieve. Now, I wish we had time to dive into all 15 practices at a deep level. We don't, but I want to review them very quickly, and then I'm going to go into 2 or 3 of them in the time that we have. The 15 practices, again, these specific behaviors that I've seen over and over again are: practice number 1, wear glasses that work. We're going to spend most of our time on this practice. This is all about the way we see things and how that influences and shapes everything else we do. Practice number 2, carry your own weather. The idea here is, do we allow others, outside circumstances, or other people to determine our lives? Or do we realize that we are, or can choose to be, I guess I'll call it, captains of our own ship? We're in charge of our lives. But many times I catch people, and including myself sometimes, allowing other influences to dictate what I'm doing. So carry your own weather is practice number 2. Behave your way to credibility, practice number 3. Key word here being behave. Behave your way to credibility. Credibility is, many things it takes to be credible, but it's primarily in 2 areas, and that is character and competence. And more of one does not make up for the lack of the other. You've got to have both character and competence, and then you got to take the long-term view, meaning I may be very competent, but just because I know I'm competent doesn't mean you should know I'm competent. It takes the behaving part. Take the long-term view. It takes sometimes a while for others to see you as credible. Practice number 4, play your roles well. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this one. This is about deciding what are the most important roles in your life, and then what is the most significant contribution you want to make in each of those roles. Practice number 5, see the tree, not just the seedling. This is all about the importance of seeing potential in others and having a sense to do that, whether you're a formal leader or not, whether you have people reporting to you or not. People that I've seen that are very influential and therefore very successful and happy, they have this tendency to always see the potential in others, see the tree, not just the seedling. Practice number 6, avoid the pinball syndrome. You get a lot of questions about this. Some of you, if you're as old as I am, may be familiar with or remember the old pinball games in the arcade. I'm sure there are a dozen pinball apps out there now on our smartphones. But this pinball is, as most of you know, you pull the plunger back and launch this metal ball into the game, and then you spend as much time as you can hitting these flippers on either side of the pinball game, keeping this ball going as long as you can. and it's fun and it's engaging because it's a game. But how often do we at work, at the end of the day or the end of the week, we're exhausted, we've been busy, 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 bouncing around, and really what of importance have we accomplished? I see really good, really smart people get caught up in what I call the pinball syndrome. Practice number 7, think we, not me. This is all about having an abundance mentality, not just being nice, but thinking of solutions that benefit the whole versus a singular focus on what's in it for me. Or I've seen some people who are, unintentionally becoming a doormat. Well, it's all about everybody else and woe is me. I'm just here to be everybody else's servant.